And we are live on Shaggy TV for the Corn Belt UMP Modified Series here at Kokomo Speedway. We've got 7 guys so far in the session here this evening. Sorry about the late delay. I'm part of another league, and we're running charity night tonight, so I had to hop in the car. And man, we were at Daytona, so Lord knows anybody can win. And I was up front with up in the front, towards the front with 5 to go. I could not quit out of that thing. I had to finish, and lo and behold, your boy Shaggy won. I got to hold the checkers there. So made the interview short and sweet. Hopped over here, and now we're at Kokomo. You gotta love the wonders here, the glories of being online. We do not like that camera. We're gonna have to change that. I didn't realize it was like that. You're gonna have to get a little behind the scenes here. We don't like that camera placement. There we go. Let's see if that's a little better. My apologies. Much better. Get the virtual heads out of the way on the backstretch. Right now, Michael Onis gets in the wall in 1 and 2. Robbie Milburn sitting there at the end of pit road. Got William Hess in the 9 here. I wondered, Shaggy, how do you know who these guys are? Because I have a computer system that cheats and tells me. I could put that up for y'all. I need to be a little better with that here. Let's take a look at this 185 of DJ Miller. They got the tires out tonight, which, anybody who watches Kokomo, they don't always have those tires pushed out. They do have them pushed out tonight, so it's going to encourage that middle line for sure. Those tires can sneak out in the middle of the corner. You don't want to have one of them catch you. So we'll see them not be super aggressive there in the middle of the corner, as you see he's rolling up that middle. Same with Michael Onis. I mean, some guys, they'll go there, get a little demonstration. They'll get that right rear. They'll try to kiss that wall on entry almost, really let that thing hang out. William Hess going to work on the 5 of Michael Onis here as practice gets ready to wrap up. 50 more seconds left, so if you're out there watching, let us know who you're rooting for. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't miss a race. Got a big the Pro Dirt Racing League coming up this Thursday that I'm going to be broadcasting. For a guy who you all know very well, Robbie Milburn, the guy in that 80. So that will definitely be a fun thing here on Thursday nights. And here, I always let SDK trick me. We know it's not an 80. We can read. I mean, I'm assuming most of you can read. Lord knows I have my troubles. But that is not an 8 and a 0. That looks like a 1 and a 2 to me. Here's practice wraps up, and we're going to get ready to go out here. Do a little bit of qualifying here at Kokomo. So let's see who we can get to pull off pit road here first. They're going to get the love. Everybody's chilling out right now. Mason Dangerfield got in his car, hasn't driven yet. There he goes. So we're going to roll around here, lap number 1 with Mason Dangerfield. Going to run that top shelf through 1 and 2, really trying to carry momentum. We'll see what other guys do. Here's qualifying progresses right now. Michael Onis purple through sector 1. You know what that means. That means he's pretty fast right now. Mason Dangerfield's going to sit on the pole for now, but Michael Onis in that 5, he took it over. 1284 from Michael Lonis to a 1292 from Mason Dangerfield. Let's see, Michael, does he improve? Yellow, yellow. That's not going to be better for him. Let's go take a look at Brian Warner Jr. He's out here on his first lap. The old mystery machine here, Brian Warner Jr. Fighting a tight race car through 3 and 4. That's going to affect his speed here, and that blinking, hopefully this lap counts for Brian Warner Jr. as he is green through the first part, slower through sector 2. Does he improve? Doesn't look like he's going to overall improve. Let's go take a look at Dustin Reagan here as he finishes up his first lap. Dustin Reagan moves into P5. Right behind the mystery machine of Brian Warner Jr. There you see Dustin Reagan goes around. William Hess here comes for his first lap. Let's see where he is on the time charts. P4 for the 9 of William Hess. Robbie Milburn just now pulling out and getting on the track. So we'll bring you Robbie Milburn's laps here. We should get to watch all 3 of them as this is William Hess's third and final lap. Let's see how he does. Purple through sector 2. Moves up to P2. Good lap for the 9 of William Hess. Let's watch the 12 of Robbie Milburn. Noticing that graphic at the top being a little slow. Since iRacing came out with this update, my apologies, but there have been some trouble. My co-worker with me this evening, he uses the same software. He was broadcasting the race that I was in. He was suffering some similar issues, so I will try to mess around with this, but as long as the racing looks pretty good, not really gonna complain about it. Let's see here. Let's see if I can change this. Make it a little better. Cut that down. Cool deal. That looks like it should be a little better. I think that's the trick he did. Hopefully that sticks around, because we don't want it to look choppy like that. But Robbie Milburn, no surprise there. Able to take the pole. I mean, he has been fast week in and week out, and that 5 of Michael Lonis has normally been right there behind him. He'd love to, change the fate of the cards here, win here tonight, but Robbie Milburn's showing him, man, if you want to beat me tonight, you're going to have to earn it. I've got a lot of speed and ain't afraid to use it. As qualifying should be getting ready to wrap up here before too long. Probably about another 30 or 40 seconds or so, and these guys will grid up here for their heat race, and then we'll do a little feature race in action. But Kokomo, man, especially with the tires out, this race is it's going to get exciting. I mean, people are going to have to get their elbows out to make a pass. These guys are friends at the end of the day. They don't want to, tarnish anything they got going on. They run a lot of leagues together, and I'm privileged to their group chats. They have a lot of fun, but at the end of the day, anybody on this thing wants to win. And if Robbie Milburn's consistently kicking your butt week in and week out, the crock pot, the pot's gonna spill over here. I mean, that's just the way it goes. I mean, you want to win, and right now, if you want to win, you got to beat that man in the 12 out front, because he has been lights out, and he is going to start on the pole for heat race number 1. Into his outside in the 5, Michael Lonis. Inside of row number 2, the 9 of William Hess. Into his outside in the 13, Mason Dangerfield. Inside of row number 3 in the 185, We've got DJ Miller into his outside in the Mystery Machine. Brian Warner Jr. in the 57. Rounding out the field tonight in heat race number 1, we have the 33 of Dustin Reagan. Here's the cars get ready to roll by here. See if we can't click us up to a little camera change. Let's find that leader of Michael Lonis in the 5, Dustin Reagan. We saw a car come to a stop there. He's experiencing, I think he couldn't get that car in gear. There he goes. 33 able to get rolling. As Robbie Milburn in the 12 looks to bring us around one more time, as he's ready to take the green flag here in your first and only heat race here tonight, the Corn Belt UMP Modifieds. Robbie Milburn with a great start.
Green flag.
And they're off into turn 1. That 12 goes right to that top shelf, trying to find that grip. High and handsome Michael Lonis in that 5, looking to follow him. William Hess, the first person to test the water down there. He's going to run that middle in 3 and 4, but right back to the top shelf in 1 and 2. Can he get a run going on the backstretch? Has to stay in line this time through 3 and 4. Look at him, single file. First person to duck out. Hops right back in line. Is that not a Michael Hess? But now William Hess, but now Michael Lonis in the 5. He was in the wall in 1 and 2. Able to get a roll, and doesn't look like there's much damage. But that's a tough break for that 5, as he's going to lose a spot early. Mason Dangerfield in the 13 looked to get in that wall a little bit. Didn't really hurt him. May have helped him as he gets a big run. Trying to come off a 4 now, looking to see if he can't get by that 185 of DJ Miller. Back out front, Robbie Milburn in that 12. He is gone. He is checked out. Closest car to him is the 9. Next to him, the 5 of Michael Lonis. Michael Lonis just trying to keep it together after getting in the wall, and William Hess just got in the wall in front of him. Nobody wants to hold on to P2 right now, as there's 2 more to go. Back up top here. Let's watch him race through 1 and 2. Mason Dangerfield in that 13 here, trying to get a run on this 185 as he diamonds out of 3 and 4. White flag in the air. Final time around. Robbie Milburn has been so fast week in and week out. Does it again. Heat race number 1 winner, followed by William Hess, Michael Lonis, William Hess, Michael Lonis does beat Mason Dangerfield to the line for P3. DJ Miller 5th, Brian Warner Jr. 6th, and Dustin Reagan rounds out the field. What a battle there to the line between Michael Lonis and Mason Dangerfield. Little 2-minute warm-up action. I'm going to mute my mic here and give you guys some sights and sounds here of Kokomo Speedway, and we'll be right back. Just around 10 seconds left here in warm-ups as the drivers get that final feel for the track. Right now, the 9 of William Hess at the top of the speed charts. Michael Lonis P2, Mason Dangerfield rounds out the top 3, and this man is going to start on the pole right now, P4. So this is, if warm-ups are any tell, which 9 times out of 10 they aren't, you know, he might have his hands full here if you know, the tracks maybe progress into a state that he doesn't like in that 12 machine. But let's get ready for our 35-lap feature event here at Kokomo Speedway. Starting on the inside of row number 1, the 80 of Robbie Milburn, into his outside in the 9, William Hess. Inside of row number 2 in the 5, Michael Lonis, into his outside in the 185, DJ Miller. Inside of row number 3, the 13 of Mason Dangerfield, into his outside, the Mystery Machine, the 57, Brian Warner Jr. Rounding out the field this evening is the 33 of Dustin Reagan. Not yet made the call, so not sure if we're going to have him here this evening. As you see, the SDK is starting to get a little choppy on me up top, and, well, we're going to try to fix this here again. Go back, try and see if we can't make this a little better. There we go. My apologies. This definitely, man, some of these broadcasting softwares do not like when iRacing comes out with these big boy updates, but some computer tech geek in England will smooth over my software for me, that's for sure, because I use software from those guys. I have no idea what I'm doing other than to hit the power button on my computer to turn it on. I've given him love in broadcasts before. Patrick Spangler, he is there for any questions I have, but we should be getting ready to go green. We are. The pace car is off. The 12 of Robbie Milburn will get ready to lead us to the green flag. What a jump for the 12 of Robbie Milburn. Michael Lonis trying to move to the inside there under William Hess, but William Hess with a big run out of 1 and 2. Up there on the top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. Mason Dangerfield, though, he's down there in the basement looking for Daddy's liquor cabinet here. He's trying to get under the 185, but DJ Miller just too strong there on the outside. He's maybe running down the 5 of Michael Lonis a little bit if he could smooth this thing out and try to get to work. As Michael Lonis, he's got his hands full in the wall in 1 and 2. Out front, Robbie Milburn in that 12, able to set pace, but not too far in front of the 9 of William Hess. William Hess, remember, was quickest in warm-ups. I said that normally doesn't matter, but, you know, he's got that fishing pole out. He's got it hooked onto the back of the 12, and he is really reeling him in. I mean, he's got that lead down to about half a second, so before you know it, may have a battle on the track right now. Mason Dangerfield, he settled down with that 185 machine. Wasn't able to get around. He got back in line. Michael Lonis, same thing. He's settled down, and he's gotten that chokehold now on that 3rd position. Long ways to go to get up here to that 9 of William Hess. Hopefully, you know, Michael's hoping for a little caution here. Needs a little break. But right now, Robbie Milburn just doing enough, setting that pace. He's not pulling away. Not really getting caught too fast these last couple laps as the 9 of William Hess gets into the wall. Let's you know, I'm privy to this information. Let's show you these last couple laps. You see, so Milburn 3 laps ago, fastest lap of the race. These last 2 laps, I mean, he's definitely going to pull away from the 9. Let's see how much here. I mean, almost 0.4 of a second. Robbie Milburn is just, I mean, he's really found his groove here these last 2, now 3 laps. Quickest car on track once again. Michael Lonis in the 5. He's been a little quicker, you know, every few laps than the 9 of William Hess, but Not enough to be able to run him down, but William Hess, you just saw it there if you were looking at the top of the screen, got in the wall pretty hard into 1 and 2. That cushion is really starting to thin out here. Guys are getting into that wall in the middle of the corner, and no harm, no foul right now, but the thinner that thing gets, if you tap that right rear into the wall, it's going to bring that right front into the wall, and well, when that happens, you're going to go for a ride, so you need to make sure you got it all together. Mason Dangerfield, meanwhile, still that same gap to the 185 of DJ Miller. Hasn't been able to really get a run on him. He looks low. I mean, he makes time on corner entry, but that exit speed for that 185 on the top shelf, just too much for him to handle. Brian Warner Jr. right now flirting around here in the back. I mean, he's close to those guys. If they get racing in front of him, never know. Brian Warner Jr. may be in for a top 4 if these guys in there. Mason Dangerfield looks low, thinking about making a move. Let's see here. Let's go upstairs. They were side by side at the line. Michael Lone is struggling a little bit in front of him. Let's stay here. You see they're half a track behind your leader. Now Robbie Milburn, there he goes. William Hess starting to reel him back in. Let's keep an eye on this battle for the lead here as we're coming up on the halfway point. We are halfway, 17 more to go. These guys duking it out. Mason Dangerfield on the top shelf now, switching roles. DJ Miller goes to the bottom here. Can he get a good enough run off of 4 to shut the door? They make contact going down the front stretch. Mason Dangerfield diamonds back underneath. He wants that 4th spot. DJ Miller doing all he can to hold on right now, but man, the battle's starting to heat up front. We got this lead down to 0.3 of a second. William Hess all over your leader. I want to give that other battle love, but we got to pay attention to this battle up front. William Hess reeled back in. Robbie Milburn gets into the wall hard in 1 and 2, able to pull it back out. Hopefully he didn't damage the right front there, but man, he rode that wall for a while in 1 and 2. Oh, they're both eat that right rear in the wall as we getting ready to go through 3 and 4. 11 to go here as we go by the start-finish line. Oh, both of them in the wall. You can see they're just flirting with danger. Like I said, it's starting to bring that right front now whenever they get into the wall. Those right rears are starting to fold over. Not as much give there. You're really starting to get down to the bars. Every hit, you're getting closer and closer to getting pulled in the wall. See this gap. Michael Lonis right there, P3. There are your leaders. So right now, these two coming around without a caution. Lap traffic may become an issue as Mason Dangerfield in the outside wall. He loses 1 spot to DJ Miller. Another there to this mystery machiner, Brian Warner Jr. And here do come the leaders. Look at them. Robbie Milburn coming up on lap traffic. These guys racing hard in front of him. You know, I really do hate this as a dirt fan. I hate when lap traffic just pulls out of the way. That's not what happens in dirt racing. There's no such thing as a lucky dog. If a caution comes out, you do not get your lap back. As far as I'm concerned, if you are in this lap pack here, these 3, you race your tail off. You guys are racing for your spots. Run your own race there as Mason Dangerfield hard in the wall. 5 laps to go here as we go through 3 and 4. William Hess had trouble 2 laps ago, got in the wall. This is the gap to your leader here with 4 to go. Robbie Milburn here just needs to play some mistake-free racing here, and he should have this thing wrapped up. 3 to go. William Hess trying to do what he can in this 9 to run down the guy who's troubled everyone here so far in the UMPs, but 2 more times around doesn't look like he's going to have anything for the 12. White flag in the air for your leader, Robbie Milburn. One more time around for that red 1-2. Oh, getting a little excitement in front of him. Brian Warner Jr. floats up high. Robbie Milburn's got to wait, but he doesn't care. Checkered flag in the air. Robbie Milburn does it again. William Hess finishes P2. Mike Olonis, here he comes, going to roll it up on that final podium spot. DJ Miller 4th. Brian Warner Jr. 5th. And Mason Dangerfield going to bring it home 6th. We'll show you that final order here. As my apologies, I forgot to close Facebook. You are hearing Facebook messages. I think I'm getting congratulated for my charity win. But there you go. You see the final results here, flag to flag. Robbie Milburn, there were times where, you maybe felt he was going to be in trouble. That 9 would reel him in, but Mud Mule Motorsports does it again, and the privateer, William Hess, not able to go up there and get it done, but I think at the end of the day, he is going to be happy, more than happy, with that P2 finishes. Let's go back and let's give these guys a minute to catch their breath, and we will pull the 5 of Mike Olonis up here and try to give him a little love, as it looks like he did make his way up to the booth. Hey, Mike, Shaggy up here, man. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Pretty good, man. It just seemed like, correct me if I'm wrong, I saw you get in the wall a little early, and I think, you were just nursing a wounded duck there the rest of the way home without a caution, man. Nothing really you could do.
I'm kind of glad the caution didn't come out because I wouldn't have finished third. That's for damn sure. But yeah, I terrible tonight. Kept pounding the wall down, seeing how close I could get to it. I figured the race would be on the bottom. I never race here, so I was kind of throwing around the idea, and then when Robbie stuck it on the top in the heat race, I'm like, all right, well, that's where it's going to be. And then only having the cars that we had, the track wasn't going to wear in very well, so tried to make something on the bottom. Kept watching my relative to see if I was gaining on him, and some laps I was, some laps I wasn't, but I just put it back on the top, and like you said, just see if I could paint the wall, and wasn't working very good.
No, this is one of those, let's be real, this is one of those off-the-wall tracks. Not many like it on the calendar, and, definitely doesn't suit everyone here, especially when the tires are pulled out here, because, whenever those tires are pulled out on the track, it's really tough to run that bottom. But, Mike, man, you did what you could, able to bring home third, and, well, another good points day. But, man, that Robbie Milburn, he's a tough nut to crack.
He is, yeah. He's been running really good, and good run on him, and Hess is running great. He's having a great season. So, yeah, I'm glad we're still kind of in reach with Hess, and keep piecing these things together. Maybe we can get a win. We got Lima and Eldora left, and I'm pretty good at it. Lima Lane. I'm all right at both tracks. We'll see, but we'll see.
Yeah, if I remember right, you know how to run that Big E. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You're gonna be tough at Eldora.
Yeah, well, I hope so. We'll see. Like I said, these fixed setup cars are just so even, and then the slightest mistake, especially with these guys, there ain't a whole lot of room for error. So, got to be on it.
Hell of a job tonight, Mike. And at the end of the day, I know you want more than third, but that's still a great finish with these guys. You know how good they are. So, hell of a job, man. Who you want to thank?
I got to thank High Point Firearms, Ghost Energy, BCR Sim Products, CFM Motorsports, Visual C Speed Shop, all them guys. OVDTR, RPM Performance Parts, and I actually just picked up a new sponsor for this deal with the Pitbull Lifts out of Tennessee. So shout out to them guys that make pit lifts. If you guys have a real car and you're in the market, make sure you hit them up. Yeah, appreciate everybody. Appreciate you guys. And yeah, we'll give another one. Shout out to my wife, Abby, and I'll see you guys next week.
Sounds like a plan, Mike. Hell of a job. Looking forward to next week, my man. Good run.
Thanks. Take care.
And now we're going to move up to P2 here, and we're going to pull up William Hess. William, man, this is going to be a race that, let's be honest, at the end of the day, you're probably going to be a little frustrated. You had a quick car, you would run him down, but man, just talk to us. That wall can bite you here.
That damn wall, son. Oh man.
Yeah,
I
man.
kept I kept getting close to him, and I kept looking for a window, and every time I got the chance for one, I just tear it down. So we was meant to get the middle step here, and hey, it is what it is. Still leading in points though.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that's really what matters. And I mean, talk to us a little bit. I mean, do you run Kokomo a lot? How familiar are you with the track?
I really only ran Kokomo when the pros would come around, and then the officials would be on them. So
And and
I had a
that's and
little,
that's without the tires in the infield, correct? Because that's what I was going to ask.
yeah. Without that, man, 1 and 2 was like normal, but 3 and 4, that tire was way out there. You could not run the bottom.
No, yeah, that's what I mean. That kind of really limits the tools here. You really got to go to that top shelf and try to keep it out of the wall with those tires here, man. But William, at the end of the day, you had the quickest lap of the race, I believe. You had a rocket ship, but man, that 12, I said the same thing to Michael, man. He is a tough nut to crack, but I'll tell you what, if anybody can do it, man, you can do it. You got a lot of speed, and you're coming for him. But able to hold
Thank
on
you,
to
buddy.
that points lead. Congratulations on a big P2, man. Who you want to thank?
Man, I don't thank you for streaming it. I actually got a wrap on tonight with my number at Matches iRacing, so it wouldn't confuse you a little bit.
Yes, you do.
And and Michael Owens for throwing this whole league on and everything, and King's Machine Service, Print Masters, Pike Street Lane, CF Martin, Rucker Motorsports, and myself for the brand new wrap, buddy.
Well, great job, William. Man, like you said it, you're holding on to that points lead. You got two
Yes,
more
sir.
weeks, so let's see what you got here, man. Let's see if you can end the season with 2 more wins here. What do you say?
Hey, I hope, buddy. By the end of it, looks like two WV boys gonna be duking it out here.
There we go. I'm right up here in Pennsylvania, so I'm on the border. I'm in Gettysburg, so I'm not too far away from you. So you're
Oh
representing
no.
that tri-state area. There we go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, good job, William, and looking forward to talking to you again next week, my man.
Hey, buddy. Thank you.
And now we're gonna move up here to that top step of the podium. The 12 of Robbie Milburn, man, once again able to finish with the lead, but I'm not sure if you pay attention to that relative. It got hectic a little bit there. That 9 would reel you in, and then you'd pull back away. Talk to us about the race.
Yeah, I knew he's faster than me, the one part there, and really I just needed to calm down and start running my line because what was happening, I don't know if you noticed on the broadcast, it seemed like I'd clip the wall on the front stretch going to enter and it'd make me push hard in the 1 and 2, and then I just couldn't get the run out, and then the way it ended up, the only way you're going to be able to pass is probably a slider, but I was surprised he didn't throw it a couple times, but yeah, I think once I calmed down and just started hitting my marks and not being on a throttle so much, it seemed like everything smoothing out a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't ask the other guys about it, and that's a thing. It kind of slips my mind because not a lot of guys, you still got a lot of tack, but with that thin right rear tire, man, just a normal street tire on that. Talk to us about, throttle control. That's the number one thing in this bad boy, isn't it?
Yeah, honestly, there's a lot of steering that goes into so you don't enter too sideways, but really, I know during the middle part of the race, I was on the throttle too much down the straights and entering the turn, and at that point, it would just kind of like either get the cart too sideways, so I'd catch the outside wall entering, or catch it in the middle. And then if I got on it too soon in the middle of the corner or too hard, it would just push it up in the wall too. So for whatever reason, the way the car's set up is if you get on the throttle real hard in this, it wants to pull you to the right. So like I said, once I just calm down, deep breaths, it's not that big, slow to go fast kind of deal. Because we all just want to be hammered down. I mean, frankly, we all just want to rip and go fast, but especially when the tires are starting to wear out, you got to calm down and just take care of them at the end.
Yeah, when they don't give you guys a race tire, and you got to run these street tires around, it's definitely it's interesting, man. But able to get it done again here, I believe that's man, I think that's 3 in a row for you, maybe 4, but I think that's 3 here. And I mean, that's an impressive job here, Robbie. Hell of a job. And you got your own deal coming up here on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So man, you're gonna be a busy man this week.
Yeah, like I always tell you and Lonis, I hop in here when I can. It basically depends on what my wife wants to when she gets home from the gym. And tonight she's like, I just want to go to bed. So I'm like, okay, I'll race. But yeah, hopefully I can make it the finale next week. And yeah, like you said, I'm running a race on Wednesday and then race controlling on Wednesday night, and then the league you're broadcasting on Thursday, and that has a bunch of really, really strong competitors in there. So that's going to be a heck of a race to win if you can win that.
Well, hey, Robbie, man, heck of a job. Able to add another one to the list here. Kokomo feature winner. Hell of a job, man. Who you want to thank?
Lonis for letting me in here. I love Kokomo. Well, I love the walls where you can just, not the walls, the tracks where you can kind of get up on the wall and tap it here and there. And I didn't really do it too much tonight. It's more in the late model where you tap it more than that. But yeah, Lonis for letting me in here. You for broadcasting it, and then Warrior Racing. Maybe we can get Dalton back out here too. I don't know what he's doing lately, but maybe we can get him out here next week.
Oh, yeah, you're referring to the Butcher, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, I'm starting to learn the nicknames here. I'm starting to learn everyone's name. I'll get it. But, hey, hell of a job here, Robbie. Good luck, man, and, hey, hopefully I'm talking to you Thursday night, my man.
Yeah, that'd be great. Hopefully, and a good race to everyone in here. Has really gave me a run for my money.
Well, that's going to do it there for Robbie Milburn. As you heard him, I mean, he gives the shout-outs, but at the end of the day, coming to the checkered flag, no heat on that 12 is William Hess just there. I believe that was probably one of the final times there. He catches up to him in a couple laps. William gets into that wall pretty good in 1 and 2 and loses the trail on the 12. But all in all, hell of a job here tonight in the Corn Belt UMP Modified Series. William Hess takes that points lead into next week. 2 more races to go, so make sure you got those calendars marked. Like and subscribe. Don't miss a thing here on Shaggy TV. I'm Zach Chapman. Have a good evening.